episode is brought to you by Scatter. The opinions expressed in this show are not the opinions of our sponsors. Hi, everyone. This is Jenny. I'm also known as TopKpop, and this is EOS Very Cool. Today, I am here with Chaney from CPU Emergency and Robin from EOS Lynx. Hi, guys.
Hey, Jenny.
Hey, Jenny. How are you?
Pretty good. How about the both of you?
Great.
Wonderful.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you for having us on your podcast. It's I've listened to it a little bit, and it's very, very, very good. Very cool.
Oh, well, thank you. I do try and make it very cool. And it's wonderful because we do the podcast and the vodcast. Everyone gets to see your wonderful faces and your reactions as well, which is perfect. So I gave you guys a list of questions ahead of time. And if you don't mind, we'll go down the list and you guys can tell everyone all about you. So actually, my first one is if you could each introduce yourself and your project.
Robin, after you.
All right. So my name is Robin. I'm from EOS Lynx, which is EOS wallet. It was created about a month and a half ago. It all started with a startup called WorkCoin, which is basically a freelance platform on the EOS blockchain. We wanted to have a more secure, more intuitive way of hiring people on the blockchain, and we discovered that we needed a wallet. So we decided that we wanted to create our own in order to have full autonomy over what we're doing. And we created EOS Lynx, which has become, since then, one of the top wallets on EOS.
Nice.
All right, I'm Chaney Moore. Also go by River King Fisher on Telegram and on Reddit, where I am a moderator. And in addition to that, we saw a need a few months ago for people that were begging for CPU. We had block Twitter going on out there. We had some spamming and using a lot of CPU. And then we saw EOS bets line up, and CPU started becoming in demand, and we'd see people that were in the need for CPU. And so we thought, well, what can we do about that? So I'm a co-founder of CPU Emergency.
Fantastic. And I agree. I've seen a need for that as well. I myself have run out of CPU. I don't know if you were doing it then, or maybe I just didn't have to ask, but I was like, this is crazy. How do I run out of CPU?
Sure.
So how did each of you come up with your ideas? I know, you've seen a need for it, but like, what was the entire basis behind it? Like, what made you actually act in order to, I guess, fill that need that people were needing?
Sure. No, well, we were on Telegram most of the time, and people were honestly begging. People were playing EOS nights and other games, and they were literally begging people to help them when block Twitter would gear up, because they couldn't do anything on chain at all. They couldn't even stake more tokens. Even if they had more tokens for CPUs. We thought, man, there's got to be an easier way to do this. And so we got together with a couple of friends of mine, one that can code, and we created an off-chain solution. So the problem with being overclocked, if you will, or in the red for CPU, is that you can't even perform a transaction. So we created a front-end website with a back-end smart contract, and all you have to do is go to that contract or go to that website, enter your account name, and the back-end contract performs a few reviews of your account to make sure you really do need the CPU, to make sure that the amount of CPU we give you will actually help you. Sometimes you can go so deep into the red that the amount that we're able to provide for each user won't help them out. But if you meet certain requirements, you'll automatically, within seconds, great thing about EOS, right?
Yeah.
In seconds, you'll have additional CPU delegated to your account. And really, we thought, that was just a service we'd provide to the community, and it blossomed, and people started using it. And we kind of saw a way to grow it with the EOS bet referral program and offered it to people that a little bit more for people that wanted to use it, our CPU to dice. And since that time, we've been able to grow the amount and the length of delegation we've been giving people from a quarter of an EOS all the way up for 4 hours, all the way up to one whole EOS of CPU for 8 hours.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And
Awesome.
just to add something on top of that, we since we integrated with CPU, we've had over 400 people using their service, and it's only been a week. So it is
Wow.
very, very useful.
Wow, that's impressive. Jeez.
And so I'll mention part of the reason we got together with Lynx, and I'll tweet on their horn a little bit here. They have one of the cheapest wallets and easiest wallets out there for people that have an iPhone. It's super easy. You go to the App Store, you download it, you create an account, and it's all there. I think it was 99 cents. I think they just bumped it up a little bit to $2, but still, it's the cheapest and fastest off-chain way to get a wallet. But because it's cheap, there's a limited amount of resources. Robin, I think it's 0.1 CPU and 0.1
Exactly.
net.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
And
is point one.
so that doesn't get you very far when you're trying to transact and let's say do some things on the blockchain. So we were actually seeing a lot of Lynx users come to our service. So we thought, originally, what is Lynx? And we had to do a little research, but when we figured out, we reached out to Robin's team and said, "Hey guys, is there a way maybe we could work together to help your users and make it easier?"
Fantastic. And I'm Robin for your service. Yes. What made you guys act on, the whole Lynx wallet? I know you said it was necessary, but really, yeah.
Yes. So basically, when we started with WorkCoin, we needed a way to transact on this app in order to exchange services between people, and all the solutions that we found were not suitable for us. We really wanted to have a very simple, very easy wallet to use, and it wasn't out there at the time. So we decided to create that EOS Lynx, and since then we just found a lot of applications for it, and it just developed into what it is today, and what it will be in the future. Hopefully, something very big. So we started with EOS Lynx because we really wanted to find a way to bring crypto to the masses. So we really wanted to have, let's say, your grandmother could use EOS Lynx because it's so simple and so easy to use, right? User friendly. That's all we try to do, and so we created that. And as Chaney said, it is very, very easy to use and create an account with. At the time, we were the only wallet that could create an account. When the ICO of EOS stopped, nobody could create accounts.
Hmm.
So we found a way. I won't go into details, but we found a way to create new accounts. And so we were the only place where you could create an EOS account. So this obviously made EOS Lynx very, very popular.
Hmm.
And then we started to have a vision of what can we do to bring uh, this wallet, this cool wallet that we think is very cool, to the community first, the EOS community, and to the masses really. So we made it very simple, and then now we're creating different things. We have a dApp Explorer where CPU is featured. We are trying to integrate as much as possible. As much people as possible, as much dApps as possible. We really want to have. We see that EOS has that great capacity of being the number one blockchain out there. So we think that dApps on the EOS blockchain will be the future of cryptocurrency and blockchain in general. So we really think that this will be a very good thing for us, that dApp Explorer. And then you can now stake on EOS Lynx. You can now do a lot of things with it. And so this is why we created it, and this is where we're coming from.
And I
Wow.
will mention, he says it's easy, and it really is. Most other account creation tools that are even out there today require you to be able to buy EOS on an exchange
Mhm.
and then send it to some other creation tool. And for this one, all you really need to have is an iPhone and be able to use the App Store and have it's a direct credit card to EOS
Right.
setup. It's really really
Wow.
slick, really fast. I did it with my thumb. I have everything set up to my thumbprint. So I clicked on the EOS Lynx in the App Store, downloaded it, clicked create a new account, put my thumb there, paid my 99 cents at the time, and I had a new account probably within 2 minutes from finding it in the App Store to being on EOS. So
Right.
it was super
Wow.
slick. And I don't know if Robin has these numbers. I hate to throw him under the bus here, but Robin, I remember hearing something months ago where there were already thousands, or weeks ago, with already thousands of Links accounts created. You don't happen to know what that number is, do you?
Right. So right now we are standing at approximately 7,800 accounts created so far. It's been a month and a half since we
Wow.
launched EOS Lynx, probably 2 months. And so, yeah, we have 7,800 accounts created and then hopefully going up. So,
Wow.
And I will say I'm a couple of those because it was so easy. I
yeah.
just went out there and used that to grab some names and just to test out the system. But it was pretty cool.
Right. And the
That's
pricing is
awesome.
is the only place where it's very cheap, actually. So it's $2 right now. It was 99 cents at the beginning. Now it's $2. And we really try. I listened to your podcast, Jenny, your latest one with Anna Taylor, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And she said something very cool. She said technology will free us, and the community on EOS is the best community, and it's all about the community.
Mhm.
So what we wanted to do is give EOS accounts to the community for the cheapest price possible, because we really think that the EOS community is very, very, very nice and helpful, and everybody's helping each other. And just as she said, um, it's a great community, and it's very good to be part of it. I don't know what you think about it, Chaney, but
Oh, it's great! It's the only community that I'm involved to this extent. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah, I have to agree as well. I'm also part of the Steam community, but not as deep as here. I didn't write them down, but it spurred off a couple of little questions for you, Robin. So the people that have existing accounts, is it just as easy to import them?
right. So
Okay.
basically, you have two options when you get onto Links. First, you download it. Obviously, it's downloadable on iOS and Android. We also have a desktop, so it's really a multi-platform wallet. You could access it everywhere, anywhere, anytime. Um, and so basically, how could I say it? I don't know. You have two ways of doing it. Either you create a new account, which costs you $2, or you import a new account. You have that option as well, and it's basically copy paste your private key, and then
Fair enough.
here you go. You just access your EOS account.
Okay. And the other question that spurred off was for the people, because if you are getting newbies, like you said, you guys you want to do the general mass public. For those that have paid with their credit card, made a new account, do you also have an option to kind of for them to keep buying EOS to add to their account using their credit card?
So right now, it's not an option.
Okay.
Hopefully, it will be an option in the future. All the legislations
Hmm.
around cryptocurrency are very strict, and we
Hmm.
always want to be inside the law. So for now, it's not possible. Only exchanges that have that possibility. But we are integrating a DEX and other DEXs that are out there, hopefully very soon. Um, so at some point, I think it will be an option. For now, it is not, just because the law doesn't allow us to do it. Uh,
No, fair enough.
so yeah,
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
going back to Robin's other point, you can actually have multiple accounts within the wallet, so it's not a problem. It's just the drop down menu. You reach over, you click it, and you can import a new account, add a new account, or change between accounts with the click of a button. It's pretty cool.
I love this
right.
because you've actually used it too. So you're like, this is exactly what's going on. I
Yeah,
can tell.
yeah.
So
Uh,
basically, you have a scroll down menu at the bottom when you click on your name, and you can
okay,
see all your accounts. So this
awesome.
is this is very easy to, as you said, very easy to use.
Yep.
Fantastic. Yeah, I've actually downloaded it myself, but I haven't imported any of my accounts because I don't need a new one at the moment. But
$2, Jenny. Come
oh,
on
I
now.
will pay the $2. That I'm not worried about. Not worried at all. So now for each of you then, I mean, you both have, products out there. What stage of development would you consider yourselves at, even though it's been released? Do you have any additional kind of forward timelines of anything that you want to hit, that you know of at the moment? Yeah.
So far as our partnership, we're live as of about a week ago. Like he
Nice.
said, we are in the dApp section, even though we're not fully truly a dApp, because they make now have CPU to work, but we're in the dApp section, and we're live within the wallet.
Fantastic. And do you have any further
So
maybe milestones you want to hit with the amount of CPU that you want to
sure,
put out?
sure. Well, we're not sure yet. We're still trying to figure out what the right volume is. We're watching how the demand is, and how much people need and how long they need it. So, like I said, originally went from a quarter of an EOS, then we went to half an EOS, and now we're at a full EOS of CPU. I went from 4 hours to 6 hours to 8 hours. We keep lengthening out. Part of what people forget is that you have a 72-hour undelegate period,
Right.
and it's not by let's say I undelegate Jenny, and then 10 hours I undelegate from Robin, will it reset my 72 hours? So one of the
Mhm.
problems we face, and we get around it, but one of the problems is anytime we give anybody CPU and then undelegate from somebody else, it resets that 72-hour clock. So we
Mhm.
got to be very careful watching how much available EOS we have. We see big surges where people come through in large tranches, and grab a whole bunch of CPU, and then we'll have slow times where we have 4 or 5 people in a day. So it varies, uh, depending on the system resources.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And Robin, you mentioned you were getting in line with some decks and that
Yes.
type of stuff. Is that just, are there any more additional things that you feel that you might want to add on or add to?
So we are really looking into integration right now. We just created a way to easily integrate with dApps. So we have an API that is for now completely free. So if anyone is listening and has a dApp and wants to integrate with us, everyone's welcome. We integrate with any dApp that could be done on the blockchain. That's one. So integration is for now our big focus. We are working on app to app integration. So basically, if you have a physical app and you would like to integrate with Lynx, it will be possible in the near future. Everything that I'm talking about is probably uh, uh, going to take us a month tops to integrate all those new changes. We also have staking coming up. We'll have dexes. We'll have our own dex. We have a lot of dApps that are coming up as well, and hopefully we'll make that ecosystem that we dreamt about. It's all about the making a real world into that app, and then the big thing that we're working on right now should be out, I think, by the end of next week or maybe the week after that. Is we are creating e-commerce on Lynx. So we are basically for now. It's just going to be a little test for us to see if it's working or not. So we're creating a Lynx shop where you can buy T-shirts and hats and all of that, and directly with EOS, and it will be sent directly to your house. And we try to integrate with a lot of e-commerce, and we really want to bring, as I said earlier, cryptocurrency to the masses. I
Mhm.
think that's the future of our economy, and hopefully we'll be able to do that and help out.
Robin, you mentioned to me previously, and if hope I don't put you in a bind, but you were looking at Android integration too, were you not?
Right. Right. When I talk about integration, we're trying to integrate with every platform that we can. So Android, iOS, Linux, Mac OS, Windows, because we have the desktop app. So really, we're trying to have that full ecosystem on every platform, as easy as possible and as clean as possible with a great UX and a great UI. That's what we try to do.
Fantastic.
Along those lines, we are looking at future growth opportunities. We give anybody out there that requests it 1 EOS of CPU for 8 hours right now. Like I said, we're looking to expand that, but we also people that are using EOS bets. We did work out an arrangement with them where we are providing their users with a delegation service, if you will. When their users run out of CPU, we have a special account where we delegate from up to a large limit, depending on how much the person is spending. So we look at do a smart contract that verifies that the user has been using their dApp. And from there, we determine how much CPU they need to continue using that dApp and make the delegation, and they can come back and hit it just about as many times as they need to continue using that dApp. And so we're looking to provide that services for other dApps, and we've reached out to a few and are working on that. So hopefully in the next week or two, you'll see some announcements regarding other dApps that are using CPU Emergency. We're kind of looking to spin off not spin off, but looking to segregate our dApp services. We're going to have CPU Emergency really for the users, the individual users, the people that are in need of 1 EOS or a few EOS to use a dApp. But we're also going to create CPU services, which is more of a dApp facing program to help dApps manage their users' CPU. So instead of, let's say you have a very high profile dApp like EOS Nights, and users can't play it because they're running out. Well, we'll help EOS Nights provide CPU to those users at their request, more than the one EOS we're providing to now. In addition to the partnership with Lynx, we're looking to try to make our way into the Asian market, if you will. So we are talking to some of the Asian or the Chinese wallets. We're talking to Pocket EOS and more as well, and probably in the next few weeks you'll see some of that. And we're excited about some of the sister chains too. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but we're keeping our eye on Talos. I don't know if I always forget if it's Talos or Telos, but Talos and
I think it's
Warpley.
Telos or something.
Telos.
Yeah,
I always want to say EOS, Telos.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense. And along those lines, maybe we're considering for those individuals that do have CPU but want to lease more, a smart contract CPU leasing platform that would integrate with our existing suite of services. So got a lot to do here. We're making our way in some of it, but hopefully in the next few weeks to months, you'll see some changes to our website and see a lot of these services being offered out there. So kind of like Robin said, if there's any dApps that want to go to Lynx wallets, please do. If there's any dApps that need CPU and help managing either their own CPU usage or their users' CPU, or need to lease some CPU in the interim, please reach out to us. That'd be great.
Just to add
Awesome.
something on top of what Chaney said, we saw that the usage on Lynx for CPU has been mostly from EOS Bet. And what is great about it is that we integrated with both of them, CPU and EOS Bet. So people that are on Lynx and playing dice can, if they run out of CPU, they can directly go to the app, get their CPU, and just go back to play
Nice.
and have fun.
Very nice. I love you guys are just integrating everything together. It's like, we're gonna
Right.
make this all happen.
Exactly. It's a beautiful vision, I think. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's a beautiful vision that we can bring a lot of people together in a safe environment. where
Oh,
nobody,
absolutely.
you know.
Absolutely. I mean, it needs to be, and I mean, you've probably, if you've listened to any of my other interviews, you'll always hear me focus on user experience, mass development for the average person that just can't maybe fully grasp some of this stuff.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I mean, the more we can do for those people, the better. And you guys are making it easy just with all these little clicks and signing up and credit card swipes. It's it's awesome.
Yeah, it is getting easier. I had to, my other passion, and I've talked to Blue Jays about it some is airdrops, and I was just yesterday trying to make sure I didn't miss my Kios integration from Ethereum over to EOS.
Uh-huh.
And it was such a pain to get on Ethereum and figure out what the gas prices were and send a transaction and log in. It was just ridiculously slow. And you're right. I think this time next year, EOS will be so easy to use that like Robin said, even most or some grandmothers that at least have an iPhone or at least have some computer skills, hopefully will be able to interact on the blockchain without really even realize what they're doing.
I will have to put that to the test because my grandmother is very internet inclined. So it's like when this all gets to a point, I'll be like, go try it out. Let me know. We'll tape you. Show
Show her,
everyone.
show her, if it's anything, the little old ladies at the penny slot. Show her how to play penny bets on EOS, and then here you go, Grandma. You're all set. No, I'm sure we can find some cool things for Grandma to do.
Oh, absolutely. I'm very sure about that. So you guys have okay. So you've told me how to each, how the users can use your services and your wallets and stuff. Um, I guess how. Oh,
I'm not
yeah,
so sure we did,
you
Jenny.
did. Well, you said visit the website.
Yeah,
Maybe
they can
I
visit
missed
the
that.
website in the
And
app.
his is the dApp or the app.
Right in his wallet. There is a section called was it called the app section or
Dap
Ah,
Explorer.
I
Dap
missed that.
Explorer?
Okay, dApp Explorer.
And so
Right.
if
So
you're running out, go ahead, Robin.
sorry.
No.
It's very easy. You go on the menu on the top left corner of the screen, and you will see that dApp section. Just click on it, and then CPU will be featured. I think they are the second dApp on the list, and
Fantastic.
you could just go to the website, just give your EOS account, and then you've been delegated CPU. It's pretty magical. It's pretty easy to
It's a
use.
great way to
So,
explain it.
right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's
Grandma will
very
understand that. Grandma, it's magical. Just you don't have to understand it. It's good.
it's pretty easy to use. Magic. Here you go. You
Yeah.
click on a button, and then you can
Look over
use your EOS account as much as you want.
Got to do the hand gesture and everything
here.
over
Yeah.
there.
Look over here.
Oh, you guys are good.
I can see that you've done a lot of magic
I
in your days, Chaney.
impress the ladies. I'm a magician.
Oh, you guys are funny. Okay, so and it's funny because when you said that, I am gonna make myself I mean I have it downloaded, but I'm gonna make sure I import my stuff and I'm gonna have like a little screen capture of what you just said so it'll show up. So it'll be like, this is exactly what Robin talked about. So that they can see it. That's always good to see. Um,
Yeah.
is there anything I missed with the sign up or anything with you, Chaney?
No, I think I've done a pretty good job explaining. Like I said, they can go to cpuemergency.com.
Mhm.
Right there in our front page, it says if you need, there's a couple things you can check out what you have available and what you would need to get out of the hole if you are there, and so that you can easily process that and see where we stand. Like I said, in times of high stress or high volume on the system, it may not be enough to help you. So in those cases, sometimes you do just end up having to wait it out. But then,
Mhm.
if we can help you, you can just put your account in there and click one button, and you're all set up. Like I said, want to, if you do want to bet or do EOS bets, then there's another button you can click there and get a little bit more. And we are hoping to here in the near future put our partners there at the bottom with how to get to the Lynx wallet and how to get to other partners. And so you can check out other cool dApps and wallets and other things on EOS.
Fantastic. Love it. Okay. Um, so then, you'll have to tell me. I'll have it all written down anyways. But how do, other than I guess going to the website and downloading the app, how do users get in touch with you guys, follow you guys, stalk you guys? I don't know, like whatever you want to provide them.
Sure. You pretty much find me just about anywhere these days. I've had to diversify or decentralize myself. So on Reddit, River Kingfisher. On Telegram, River Kingfisher. I've had those handles for a long time now. Then on Twitter, just Chaney Moore. You can look me there. All things EOS. I talk about airdrops. I talk about CPU emergency, talk about all, governance, all sorts of fun things. Also on Medium, Chaney Moore, Tribe, Chaney Moore. You can find me there. And of course, CPUemergency.com. And if you are looking for a Telegram channel, CPU 911, and you can come there and talk to us. If you need a little extra boost of CPU, if you come ask us directly, we've got it all set up to where we can handle that pretty quickly. And then sometimes we have the random user that's run out of net, which is very unusual, but we'll help you out on a specialized case. So just reach out to us. We'll talk through it. We'll give you some help out if we can.
Fantastic.
As for EOS Lynx, I'll just jump in real quick. We explained during that podcast, it's pretty easy to download and create an account, so I don't have that much to add to that. But you can. We are right now in ICO. In the last month of our ICO, we've created the first double token sale. So you can now purchase a token, and you'll basically get one WorkCoin and then one Lynx for the same price. So you will have two tokens. You can find that ICO on our website, eoslynx.com. We can find us on Telegram, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and it's at Real WorkCoin. On Telegram, you can find us on EOS Lynx, which is the main channel. It's EOS Lynx, and then we have another channel for dApp developers that can if they want to chat with us and they have a dApp idea, or they already have an app and they want us to integrate with them. It's called Lynx Apps. So you can just go and chat with us, join us directly.
Fantastic. You guys have all your stuff like memorized. I'd have to go look at it all and be like, wait a second, this is what my stuff is.
I'll confess. I looked at my Telegram while I was talking.
I love that you're so honest. You're like, oh.
I'm sorry to bust the bit, but I had to look.
I'm constantly changing between apps on my phone, and so I've got everything pretty much memorized these days.
Nice.
So I'm too glued to it. But yeah, it's all in my head, unfortunately.
You know what? I didn't put this down, but either of you, if you don't have an answer for it, don't. It's sorry. I started this with Boyd. I did a Boyd's interview like a month ago, and I would love to know why you named each of your projects the way you did. So why would you name it Lynx Wallet, and why? Well, I mean, yours is I guess a little bit more self-explanatory. So,
this one time I was at band camp.
No.
And there was an emergency. No, I'm sorry.
But I mean, if it's anything different, yeah, it is self-explanatory for you. Okay, so then why River Kingfisher?
Why River King? That's a good question. I love to fish, honestly. I'm an outdoors guy, even though I'm sitting behind a computer most of the time. I used to live on the beach. Then I got tired of hurricanes and moved on to a saltwater river. You could play on a little bit more. And it was called the San Bernard River. And there were some pretty cool birds going up and down. And my favorite was the kingfisher. So I was on a river and liked kingfisher. So I became River Kingfisher, which is actually a type of bird. So there
That's
you go.
awesome.
Good,
Wonderful.
good question.
Thanks. Okay, and Robin, how about you?
So when we started, actually, it was called Troop Network. Then we changed to WorkCoin, and then when we created Lynx, I guess Lynx is part of the cat family, the
Mhm.
feline family, and it's very agile and very fast, and it's just a very very smart predator. So we wanted to be as smart, as fast, and as effective as the Lynx cat. So we
Ah.
could say that it's pretty generic, right? Everything has to look cool nowadays. So we thought that Lynx was pretty cool,
Oh, they are
Look
pretty
at
cool. Nice looking. Yeah, really.
cats
right?
and birds getting along together. Who
I
would have thought?
Exactly.
know. Who would have
Who'd
known?
thought? Who'd have
Both
thought?
nature involved. Well, I mean, that leaves me down to my final question,
Wait,
which
wait,
is,
wait, wait, wait.
oh, what? What?
So let's go back 1 second.
Sure.
I've heard it before, but Jenny, where
Jenny,
did
yes.
where did you get
Right.
Top K-pop?
Okay, Top K-pop is kind of explanatory as well. I love the music genre K-pop, and
Mhm.
about 11 years ago, I thought I thought it was going to start something that would like rank K-pop stuff, and I was going to article about it, and so the name Top K-pop came up, and it stuck. So
Wow.
yeah,
Pretty
Gotcha.
cool.
And where did you go last weekend?
where did I? Oh, was it last
Uh,
week? I went to
was
a
it last
BTS
weekend?
concert.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
horrible. I don't care. It was fun.
Your husband put some pictures out there, so I
He
got to see,
did.
and you guys looked like you had a great time.
I had an amazing time. It was absolutely fabulous, and I would do it again in a second.
Follow your passions. Don't let the world tell you what you should or shouldn't do, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Definitely.
Even if you're older than who you watch, doesn't matter. Still go have fun.
Uh,
Especially in the environment that we deal with every day, it's you have to follow your passion.
You
If people
do.
didn't follow their passions, probably crypto would would have never seen the day of light. So
See, and I couldn't
yeah.
imagine
light
that
of day,
crypto's
sorry,
changed
the
my
light of
life.
day,
So I'm sure it's changed both of yours.
definitely.
You know what? It's been a lot more fun. I told somebody this the other day. It's been more fun than I've had in a long time. Kind of working for myself and working on a project to help the community than
Mhm.
anything I could do. For my corporate employer. God, I hope they don't see this, but it's just more rewarding, more enriching, really, to do something where you see the reap the rewards, if you will, and see the community enjoying it too.
Absolutely. Very well said. I love that. Very well said. Okay, well then now will be my final question since we've all covered our names here. Um, is there anything else that you would like to add? Anything we haven't touched on or discussed, or any secrets you want to put out there? It's like, hey, this is me, and I don't know anything, because the floor is both of your guys, totally up to you.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Sure, no problem. I think I've done a pretty good job telling people what they can expect down the road. Really, though, the door's open. If anybody has any questions or needs any help or any dApps out there looking to improve their business or provide a better service for their customers, that's what we're here to do. And we want to make EOS a better place for users. So if you see something out there as a user that we can help make the experience better, more seamless, or easier, and better place to be and to utilize, please reach out to us, give us some ideas. We'll listen, we'll be here, we'll check it out. Keep an eye on the website, keep an eye on our Telegram and our Twitter. We'll be announcing some of these changes here as they come out. And we appreciate the support. Send us a note, send us some support. We like to hear from the community.
Awesome.
I guess it's my turn,
Yep.
as it should be, because right, we're only three people.
Well,
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, as Chaney said, we are also very open-minded. Every update that people have, new dApps that are coming out, people can reach out to us on Telegram, Twitter, Facebook. I don't think I have anything else to add apart from maybe going back to the token sale. It is a dual token sale, so it's one for one, one Lynx coin, one WorkCoin, and yeah, again, integration is our main focus right now. So anyone that wants to create a dApp, we are ready to help out the community. If people have remarks on what we could improve, how we could do our job better, how we could reach the community better, what are the needs of the community, we are open to any discussion. So please just come join and let's get the discussion going. We're ready for it.
And
Love
they
it.
are. We're proof of that. I mean, like I said, we
Right.
reached out to them and said, "Hey, what do you think?" And we were working on it 3-4 hours later, and the next weekend we were already integrated kind of on the front end and getting back to the app store. So they're being very honest with that. They're looking to work.
That's awesome. Quick turnaround by the sounds of it too,
Hmm.
which is awesome.
Right. And again, thank you,
Just
Jenny, for having us on that podcast. It's a great opportunity for us to showcase what we can do and what we've been doing so far. And you have a great podcast. So thank you very much for putting in the work.
Thank
here,
you. And
here.
thank you for
I
both
agree.
coming on and taking the time to
For
sit
sure.
down and talk with
No
me and
problem.
answer some questions.
Isn't this space amazing? I mean, honestly, we reached out and via Twitter and Telegram and other places. I never seen Rob before. I talked to him once or twice on the phone. And I'd
Right.
never, met you before, but other than talking on Telegram, to be able to come together and make something like this work so quickly. But it's a cool space to be in, and I
It is.
hate to keep saying cool. It's kind of hard not to with the name of the
You have to. It
name of the
gets into your
podcast.
bones.
It does, but no, I second it. We really do appreciate you having us on.
Well, thank you. I appreciate both of you guys taking the time, coming on, speaking with me, answering, questions, and just enlightening the public about what you guys do and your love for EOS. I mean, I can feel that as an interviewer. Absolutely. So I love it.
Thank you so
Very
much.
true.
Well, thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. I will say goodbye to, and yes, thanks again, guys.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Thanks,
Bye.
Jenny.